Over the past few years, we have seen an explosion in high-income ETFs, but there's a problem. Most investors are simply chasing yields. They see a 12% or 15% yield and buy without asking where that income actually comes from or what risks they're taking on. And now, as the market shifts, we are seeing why that matters. Indices like the S&P 500 and Nasdaq are starting to pick up a lot of volatility. And in this type of environment, stability and non-correlating assets become essential for risk management. The challenge is that most high-income ETFs still rely on selling call options on major indices, which means that your income is heavily tied to tech cycles, AI valuation fears, and sector rotations. But what if there was a way to generate high income from a part of a market that is structurally more stable, where the cash flow isn't driven by big tech stocks, but by something far more predictable? Today, we're breaking down an ETF in a category that has historically returned over 200% over the past 5 years versus the S&P 500's 84%. This ETF outperformed the market by more than 40% during the 2022 bear market and is now gaining serious momentum in 2026, up over 12% year to date. And the best part is that this ETF offers a dividend yield of over 15%. The fund we're looking at today is MLPI, which is the NEOS MLP and Energy Infrastructure High Income ETF. MLPI was established on December 17, 2025, so it is extremely new. But despite that, it has already accumulated over $200 million in assets under management. Now, you'll notice that the listed dividend yield appears much lower, and that is simply because the fund hasn't existed long enough to show a full year of distributions. And before you get skeptical, it's important to understand that while the fund itself is new, the engine behind it is not. MLPI is built on a strategy with a long history of stability and predictability. A good comparison is MLPX, the Global X MLP and Energy Infrastructure ETF, which uses a similar core exposure. So how does MLPI actually generate that level of income? It's a two-step process built on the backbone of the North American economy: energy infrastructure. MLPI doesn't only buy oil drillers, it also focuses on the midstream sector, companies like Enterprise Product Partners and Kinder Morgan. These companies don't drill for oil, they transport it, store it, and process it. And this is a critical distinction because these are volume businesses, not price businesses. Traditional energy companies are heavily tied to oil prices because their profits depend on a simple formula: oil price minus cost per barrel multiplied by volume. Production costs stay relatively fixed and production volume only shifts slightly. But oil prices can swing 10%, 20%, or even 30%. So when oil prices fluctuate, revenues and profits fluctuate quickly. That is why traditional energy ETFs like XLE move so aggressively. But compared to MLPs, it is very different, and this is where predictability comes in. I like to think of them like a toll road. The person collecting tolls doesn't care if the car moving through is a $20,000 Toyota or a $200,000 Ferrari. They only care the traffic keeps moving. In the same way, MLPs get paid based on the volume of oil and gas moving through their pipelines. Whether oil is $100 per barrel or $60 per barrel, the toll stays the same. And that is what makes the sector structurally more predictable and attractive for income generation. So NEOS has taken this stability factor of MLPs and created an ETF, but also added their own powerful twist: an active options overlay to boost income potential and yield to 15%. Now, when building a well-rounded income portfolio, I've always said that yield is only half the battle. You also need NAV growth and stability to make that income sustainable long-term. When you own something like MLPI, you have exposure to the energy sector. So instead of randomly diversifying into completely unrelated, volatile names like Nvidia or AMD, I personally prefer staying structurally aligned within the same sector, looking for energy companies that show strong momentum to complement that core position. That is exactly where tools like Investing Pro, powered by investing.com, comes in. One of the most unique features of ProPix AI is its momentum-based portfolios that are targeted to specific sectors. For example, they have a dedicated energy elite portfolio. And historically, over the last 5 years, this AI-driven strategy has returned over 450%. Now, of course, past performance is not a guarantee of future results, and this is not financial advice, but it's a tool I personally like to use to find sector-specific boosters for my ETFs. And it's not just energy. They have multiple strategies across various sectors. For example, the Tech Titans portfolio is up almost 40% over the last year, while the S&P 500 is up around 13%. And what I really like is the transparency. You can see exactly when stocks are added, when the portfolio is scheduled to rebalance, and you get in-depth data-backed analysis through their Pro Research tab. These proprietary momentum-driven portfolios are something I lean on consistently to complement my long-term holdings. Right now, they are running a flash sale where you can get up to a 55% discount. And if you use my link in the description, you can stack an extra 15% off on top of that. This sale is only for a limited time, so if you've been thinking about upgrading your research tools, this is a great time to grab Investing Pro at the lowest price available. And beyond the portfolios, the platform is loaded with features. You can track hedge fund positions from investors like Warren Buffett and Bill Ackman, use advanced stock filters, and even access powerful valuation models. So if you're interested, click the link down below for 55% off plus that extra 15%. And of course, huge thank you to investing.com for sponsoring this segment. Now let's get back to the MLPI breakdown. Now, a unique feature about MLPs overall is that they are pass-through entities that typically distribute a large portion of their available cash flow to investors. That's why they're often associated with having higher yields that are usually in the 6 to 7% range, though distributions can vary and they are never guaranteed. But just like their other popular funds like SPYI and QQQI, the managers at NEOS have added a data-driven call option strategy. They sell call options to harvest premium on top of the dividends the companies are already paying. And this creates a double engine for income. Engine 1, the large distributions from the pipelines, and Engine 2, the option premium. So even if the energy sector trades flat for a period of time, the option income helps keep consistent monthly cash flow coming in. And because of the active covered call strategy, you still participate in upside moves. Though always remember that covered calls trade some upside for income. Now, since MLPI is new, we can look at MLPX for historical context. Over the past 3 and 5 years, this category has significantly outperformed the S&P 500. Of course, past performance does not guarantee future results. Over the past year, its returns have been close to the S&P 500. But when you compare total returns to an ETF like XLE, there's a drastic difference in total returns where over the past 3 years, it has outperformed by a large margin. And this is where you see a big difference between energy companies and MLPs. The total return profile historically has been much smoother and more consistent, and that is what income investors love. Now, let's talk about the biggest reason people avoid this sector, and that is taxes. Typically, if you invest directly in pipeline partnerships like Energy Transfer, you don't get a simple 1099 at tax time, you get a Schedule K1. And if you've never dealt with a K1, they can be a nightmare. They often arrive late, forcing you to file for extensions. They require complex data entry. And if you hold them in an IRA, they can trigger something called UBTI, which can create unexpected tax complications. But MLPI solves this problem. Because it's structured as an ETF, it handles all of the paperwork internally and sends investors one clean 1099 form. And for many investors, this convenience alone is worth the fees. And like NEO's other funds, the expense ratio is 0.68%. Now, while we're on the topic of taxes, MLPI has another advantage. A large portion of its distributions are often classified as return of capital, or ROC. If you've seen my other breakdowns, you know I like ROC for taxable accounts. ROC isn't taxed as immediate income. Instead, it reduces your adjusted cost basis and defers taxes until you sell and you eventually pay long-term capital gains tax. I'll be doing a separate video explaining this in detail very soon, so stay tuned for that. Now, every investment has a downside, and MLPI is no exception. Earlier, I compared pipelines to toll roads. But if traffic stops, the toll booth goes broke. There's a common misconception that MLPs have zero connection to oil prices. That is not true. We learned this the hard way twice in the last decade. First, in 2015, when oil collapsed from $100 to under $40. Producers stopped drilling. Less drilling meant less volume in the pipelines, meaning the toll roads emptied and many MLPs had to cut distributions. Then again in 2020 during the pandemic, the world stopped moving, fuel demand collapsed. MLPI will likely hold up better than raw oil stocks during mild downturns, but in a severe global recession where energy demand drops sharply, this fund will suffer. There's also another invisible risk, and that is interest rates. Pipeline companies are capital intensive. It costs billions to build infrastructure. When interest rates rise, borrowing costs increase and can pressure profits. At the same time, when treasury yields are high, income investors have fixed income assets as an alternative source of income. But the real world doesn't always follow the theory. For example, let's take a look at 2022. The Fed raised rates aggressively, The S&P 500 fell 19%, the Nasdaq dropped 33%. Meanwhile, the MLP sector gained 23%. Why? Because energy demand was strong and inflation was persistent. The need for infrastructure outweighed the pressure from rising rates. And this is why diversifying your income streams is so important. If we see an AI bubble burst, many of these high-income ETFs tied to big indices will be affected. But at the same time, we are seeing an AI power boom requiring massive amounts of electricity and natural gas. So this sector may have another structural tailwind. If you believe that global demand for oil and gas will remain strong due to travel, industry, and energy-intensive technologies like AI, MLPI can potentially be a strong complement to any income portfolio. But remember, energy can still be a volatile sector. Personally, I treat this as a slice of an income portfolio, not the whole pie. And that is all for this one. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial, investment, tax, or legal advice. Discussions of ETFs, investing strategies, market updates, or specific funds are general, not tailored to your financial situation, and should not be relied upon for decision-making. Investing involves significant risks, including total loss of principal, and past performance does not guarantee future results. I am not a registered financial advisor. My content reflects personal research and publicly available information. I may earn affiliate commissions from mentioned products or links disclosed per FTC guidelines, but these do not influence my opinions. Always consult a licensed financial professional and verify information independently. By watching this, you agree I am not liable for any losses or consequences from your actions. International viewers should consult local regulations.